Chicago, it was more a matter of, hey, this is, we're status quo. It's okay, whatever. But here it feels like people are trying to do new interesting things. I like that. But.
So what happens to these people like that are collecting pensions when their city did bankruptcy? Do they just stop getting a check or what?
They get about a third less. So, like for instance, if you were in Detroit, your pension was $30,000, it's now $20,000 a year. So. And they get no Social Security. So.
Ooh.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. It's a pretty hard ass fucking. That's why. I don't know. I mean. So. And because it's a federal bankruptcy case, I mean, Michigan has the thing in the Constitution about, well, pensions are not, are not whatever you want to call it, are not to be altered. But the federal court just said no, federal law overrides state law, so fuck off, and that's what happened. I think that's going to work its way through the Sixth Circuit, and I think California is also dealing with it, and I think it's going to end up at the Supreme Court, where at that point the Supreme Court will probably confirm the idea that federal law overrides state law, and that all these pension deals can be rewritten. What Michigan did is I think they told them you get like a 30% haircut if you don't agree if you do not agree not to sue. But if you agree not to sue, it's only like a 25% haircut. You know what I mean? So obviously they're a little bit concerned about them, suing and winning. So it's like, hey, if you waive your right to sue, you only lose like 25%. But if you don't waive your right to sue, we're going to take away 30%. So it's up to you. And a lot of people are fucked. I mean, it's just not there. I don't understand where you get the money from. There just aren't as many taxpayers. And you have all these baby boomers, and you have all these promises to pay. Like you said, $200,000 a year for a retired cop or something. Really? Come on.
Yeah, it's just too much. There's not all these workers. I mean, here I think we could get away with it for a while because we have a pretty good tourism. We have a good, pretty much all around economy here. But other places. I mean, I can see them getting fucked.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking for a place to move that doesn't have all these issues, and it's just kind of like I'm looking around like shit. It's like it's kind of hard at this point to find it. I mean, Texas looked okay until the oil price collapsed. Then it's like, so all of a sudden, oil's 1/3 it was before, and Texas is hurting. So,
what about like New Mexico or Colorado or Utah? Those are.
Yeah, Utah. Actually, Utah is one place. Yeah, you're right. Utah is if you want to live without the government being too intrusive, weirdly, but I mean in terms of financial aspects, other aspects though. So
eventually they'll get up off the whole alcohol thing, and they'll eventually be really really lax. But I have some family out there, and
you're Mormon.
They said it's Well, I was born Mormon. But I never.
Stabby, did you hear that?
Heard about it. No, Stabby's talking about fucking conspiracy theories to himself in the chat. Why would he be paying attention to us?
Stabby, there's a thing called Skype. It's a free program. If you download it, install it, you can jump in the conversation here like a human being instead of like a robot.
Conspiracy theories. That's funny. Wow.
So you were born Mormon, but you're lapsed, and your Magic Underpants subscription lapsed. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I was, and then like shortly after I was baptized, like my dad was never really Mormon, but his family was, and then my mom's side was Methodist, and they just said, okay, well, whatever, because they're both non-religious, but they just did it for the grandparents. So
I'm gonna ask you a question because I don't know if it was true or not. This kind of stuck in my head. I think once upon a time you said your mom, because you're like, oh, Barko, you've been doing cocaine now for like 10 years. Aren't you worried about your heart? I thought maybe you said someone in your family you thought had interest. So I don't know.
Oh yeah, it was my aunt's friend. She has a lot of murmurs and stuff because she did cocaine for a while, and she has a lot of heart problems, and she's about to die. I think she's scheduled to die here in probably about
scheduled to die? It's on her calendar? I don't think that's very cool. What the hell?
Yeah, it's just because it's just so bad. She's had a few surgeries and stuff, but they've done the most they can. She's, I think, She's my aunt's friend, so she must be 40, probably about 50, I think. 50 years old.
Yeah, I mean, I know any kind of substance obviously is more taxing on a smaller person, a female person. So I don't know. I mean, also impurity. I don't know.
Yeah, she just did it a lot, so.
There's not a lot of it then to be dying that young, because Keith Richards is still going, man. But
I don't, yeah, but I think he kind of mixed his drugs up. He did a lot of heroin. He did everything, really.
so that's Apocalypse theory is, hey, you know what? You should cut your cocaine with some heroin. You'll live long.
Yeah, you just mix it up a little bit. Do a little bit of everything. You'll live longer, actually.
Yeah, I mean, when's the last time we had a president who was not an avowed cocaine user? Well, so.
It's been a while. Probably the George's dad, probably, yeah.
Yeah, probably. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. There's this new podcast called Whistle Stop. They're talking about the 1980, the whole Ronald Reagan New Hampshire debate thing where Reagan grabs a microphone and says, "I paid for this" and all that. It's a pretty cool podcast.
What do you mean he paid for it? What do you mean?
Oh, you're young. Aren't you? You're like what, 19, 20?
I was born in the Reagan years, so yeah, obviously I'm probably not too familiar.
Yeah. No, there was believe it or not, Reagan ran for president in '68 and '76. And he was not successful at the time. In 1980, he was running again. Fuck, against George Bush, who also himself had run before, because Bush was like a legacy CIA guy, right? And Bush was like kind of the favorite, the first Bush. So, yeah, if you haven't heard this before, maybe when we end this call, I will throw it up there because I wanted to play it before. So probably should end it soon because I have to go and beat some niggers and hate on some Jews. So.
Yeah, that's what I do, but I actually beat up Mexicans because I hate Stabby so much. So I just, whenever I see a Mexican that looks at me funny, I just fucking hit him in the face.
That fucking Stabby's a spick, motherfucker. Stabby, we can't have spicks in the Bachelor FC. You're gonna have to talk to RD about that one. Maybe you get like a green card exemption or something. I don't know.
Yeah, him and Goofy Bone, yeah, they're spicks for life. That's why they hate each other, because they're very territorial. Like chicks.
Yeah, Goofy One's not really serious, is he? He's just doing a character, I think.
No, I don't think he is.
Yeah, I don't like him, but that was really nice what Desert Roasted tonight. So, what do you think, man?
That was nice. Yeah.
So you think she wants the Barko dick or what, man?
Yeah, she does. I'm pretty sure that's what she. I mean, I do music shows only for people I want to suck their cock. So yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah. I don't know. No, she's nice. But she's been doing a lot of. I don't know. Did you hear Did you hear the one she did about her her biography? How she became a. Did you hear that one, Christian?
Nah.
You didn't hear that one? No, she talked about how when she was a kid, she went through all these different phases, right? And then she went through a teen.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And then she deleted it or made it private, probably. And then she's doing things about her international history. So I don't know, man. But I don't know. So have you ever seen Desert Rose? Is she as hot as she looks, or I don't know? Maybe. Yeah.
I've seen probably what you've seen. I haven't seen anything else.
Man. You get full frontal nudes of everybody, I hear.
Well, usually I get them from, let's say, little birdies that told me.
Yeah,
so.
I guess so. Yeah, that's the whole thing with me is I'm like, because like that one time I got upset or I went on WJO show, like, because when they and I don't know what's going on with people. I'm like, I don't fucking know what's going on. So they like dox Todd or Plank or whatever. I'm like,
Jesus.
And I thought,
fucking he posted his last name in the goddamn chat. What an idiot.
Oh, Stabby's Castro. I know. But Stabby, what are you doing?
Yeah, he was doxxed. He was doxxed, I guess, on BTR. So, everyone knows his name, but I still don't use it. I don't
know. I mean, I don't understand what the whole doxing thing. The only way doxing matters if you let it matter, I guess. Is that how it works? I guess. Because you have I think that's your real fake name, right?
Yeah. Oh, it's it.
Real fake name. But I don't know. I don't like the whole idea though, like with like Desert Rose, that maybe somebody thinks I'm like their friend. I don't know. I know this can sound really bad, but I feel like that compromises my whole troll status, you know. So I may have to. What? Now you're laughing at me or Stabby? I don't know.
Both. He's ridiculous. He's like talking about like Castro. I mean, how many Castros are there? I mean, you can't just sit there and be like, okay, well, this is my Castro, you know?
Stabby, we've heard you do great shows. You have a normal voice. Why the fuck can't you get on fucking Skype and just Skype in? This is insane. Why?
That is weird. Yeah, he has a good voice. He has a lot to talk about, so...
He sounds very confident and normal. I don't know, man.
Maybe he's like on Chatterbait, like on the second screen and just...
Oh, you got too many shows going at once, huh? Yeah.
Listen, look how pissed he is. He's talking about his family being in California. No one fucking asked. What a goober.
I don't believe you, Stabby. I think you're from Oregon. I think you're from Oregon. I'm gonna prove it. Dad, what's going on, man? You understand everybody likes you. I understand why you won't communicate with us normally. This is weird. You throw stuff in chat that doesn't make any sense. Or you can call in. You
spelled sense wrong.
You're a very normal sounding dude. You actually sound more normal than most people on Spreaker. What the fuck are you doing, Stabby? What are you doing? Is this? Are you just a huge? Is that it? You're trolling everybody? Okay.
I think so. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense at this point. Is just he's a huge troll, and
yeah, that makes sense. So I'm gonna probably just go ahead and play the Ali G thing, and then the Ron.
All right. Thanks for having me on. I'll talk to you later.
All right, faggot. Later. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, that was Apocalypse. Always good to hear him calling and lie about everything he says, because that's how Apocalypse rolls. And Apocalypse, if you share the picture of my Lolita with anybody, well, you probably will. I'll remove message. It won't work. You remove it. All right. Oh, it's gone. Haha. Yeah. All right, man. You guys are so complicated. It's like, I understand why it's so complicated. You guys just be normal people. Just talk to each other. I mean, even the normal people are weird. Like, fucking, what's his name? RD? You think he's normal? But it's like all complicated with his ass, too. Well, I'm beginning to think Debbie Daly might be the only normal person out here. LG, dangerous drugs.
So dangerous, my flip mode squad is dangerous. So dangerous, we so dangerous. My whole entire unit is dangerous.
We're going to be talking about the drug thing. Let's start from over here. I mean, that's Moroccan black, isn't it?
Yeah.
After being obviously, if you didn't know that. How much would this cost you on the street?
About £60, £70.
Aye, but you'd probably be getting ripped off if you had to pay that much. I mean, you can get it cheaper than that.
Okay.
So what is the names for it? I mean, we all know it's called the Bionic, the Bomb, the Puff, the Black, the Herb, the Sensi, the Chronic, the Sweet Mary Jane, the Shit, the Bomb, the Ganja, the Reefer, the Bud, the Buddha, the Ongrown, the Ill, the Maui Maui, the Method, the Pot, the Shake, the Stunk, the Stress, the Tide, the Wacky. But is there any other terms that parents should be aware of?
Puff, blow, lots of names. Draw.
And what is its effects?
You can go paranoid, which means you think people or things are coming at you.
Aye.
It makes your heart race. Your blood pressure can go low, so you can feel a bit woozy sometimes. It's got a lot of medical effects on the body.
And is there any negative effects?
No, those are negative effects. But long term, there are negative effects.
So if you wanted to get started, would you recommend this as a good first smoke?
I wouldn't recommend it, no.
So far, this stuff is all legal.
No, it's not.
What, these things? No, but if you has got it in your home, then that is cool, isn't it?
No, it's all illegal. It's all against the law.
But if you was using it for personal use or whatever, it's legal if you've got like half a kilo or something like that.
I wouldn't like to try that on.
All right. What if it's your religion?